Hello students, welcome to the mathematics class of standard 9. So we already started with the chapter number system, and in our previous classes we studied the commutative, associative and distributive properties of the multiplication, and today we'll see the operations on real numbers. Before we start the operations on real number, there are three facts which you should remember. These three facts. So the first fact is the sum or difference of a rational number and an irrational number is irrational. That means if you add or subtract rational and irrational number, the sum or the difference whatever you get will be irrational. Second one, the product or the quotient of non-zero rational number with an irrational number is irrational. The product of the quotient of any non-zero number, when you multiply or divide, then on multiplying if you get a product that is also irrational, on dividing whatever the quotient you get, that will also be an irrational. If we add, subtract, multiply or divide two irrational numbers, the result may be rational or irrational. So here when we add, multiply or divide any two irrational number, either it may be rational or it may be irrational. We'll see the next question. Classify the following numbers as rational or irrational. Here we have to classify and say whether it is rational or irrational. First one is 2 minus root 5. The square root of 5, the value of square root of 5 is 2.2360679, so on. It is non-terminating. So when you subtract, you will get it as 0.2360679, so on. So whatever the decimal expansion we have got is non-terminating, and also it is non-recurring. Non-terminating and non-recurring. Therefore, the decimal expansion is non-terminating. That means the remainder is never become a zero, non-terminating, and non-recurring. Non-recurring means the same pattern is not repeating here. For example, same pattern has to repeat, means if it is 0.2, 202, this means the same pattern is repeating here after every three numbers, but here there is no repetitions, there is no such repetition. So for that we will call it as non-recurring. So when it is non-terminating and non-recurring, therefore it is irrational. Therefore it is irrational number. Therefore it is irrational number. We will see the next one. 3 plus 20, square root of 23 minus 23. This is what the given example. Now open the bracket. 3 plus 23 minus root 23. So here plus 23 minus 23 get cancelled. So remains 3. You can write 3 as also 3 by 1. So it is in the form. It is in the form P by Q. Because if there is nothing else in the denominator, you can write as a 1. It is in the form P by Q. Therefore, it is rational. It is rational. We will see the next one. So we will write it as 2 into root 7 divided by 7 into root 7. So root 7 you will cancel it. Remains is 2 by 7. So again here also it is in the form. It is in the form P by Q, therefore it is rational. Therefore it is rational. This is how you classify rational and irrational numbers. Now we will solve the next question. Simplify each of the following expression. First one is given 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. To simplify, first 3 you multiply with the second expression, that is 3 into 2 plus root 2, and second one is plus root 3 into 2 plus root 2. So multiply here on multiplying how much you will get? 3 you have to multiply it with 2. So 3 into 2 plus 3 into root 2. So this is over. Next 3 into 2 plus root 3 into root 2. See here, 3 into 2 is 6 plus 3 into 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. 2 into root 3 is 2 root 3. 3 into root 2 is 3 root 2 plus, see here, both are in a square roots. So while multiplying these terms, we have to see their powers has to be same. They both are square roots. So 3 into 2 will be square root of 6. This is how you simplify. So second one is given, which is 3 plus root 3, 3 minus root 3, which is in the form a plus b into a minus b. We know the identity a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. Here the value of a is 3 and b is root 3. So 3 plus root 3, 3 minus root 3, which is equal to 3 square minus root 3 whole square. So 3 square is 9 here. Here square and square root get cancelled, minus 3. So the value will be 6. Now we'll solve the next question. Recall, pi is defined as the ratio of circumference, say C, of a circle to its diameter, say D, that is pi is equal to C by D. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. How we will resolve this contradiction? How we will resolve this contradiction means there is no such contradiction. Because when you measure with the scale or any other instrument, we will get the approximate rational numbers, not the exact values. Whenever you measure with the scale or any other instrument, we will get the approximate values of rational number, and we will not never obtain the exact value. For this reason, we may not resolve that C or D is either irrational. So for that reason, C by D is irrational. Now we'll solve the next question. Represent square root of 9.3 on a number line. We have to represent square root of 9.3 on a number line. So first draw a straight line. First draw a straight line. After drawing a straight line, mark the point OB 9.3. Take any point and mark it as 9.3. 9.3 you have to take. Take 9.3. We'll call it as OB. OB we have marked the point OB, which is 9.3 centimeters. After marking 9.3 centimeters, extend B to the point C for 1 unit. That means for 1 centimeter you extend and you call it as C. You call this as C. 1 centimeter from B you extend and call this from C. Now draw the midpoint of O and C. Now draw the midpoint of O and C. With the help of protractor, we take and mark the midpoints. More than half or exactly half you take and mark the midpoint. So I will drop the equation here a bit. From C cut an arc. So where that line will come and touch, that will be the midpoint. So this point we'll call it as D. From the point D, draw a semicircle. Draw a semicircle from O to C. Draw a semicircle from O to C. semicircle from O to C. After drawing a semicircle, now draw the perpendicular. After drawing a semicircle, draw the perpendicular to the B. Draw an perpendicular to the B. How you will draw this perpendicular? From here, take the length of 1 meter, cut an arc. Both the side you cut an arc. So where it intersects from there, you draw an semicircle. Draw an semicircle. So draw an perpendicular from B. So when you draw a perpendicular from B, draw an arc. From B, the where it has touched, we call it as E. From BE, draw an arc. So where it touch, you call it as F, which is this BF will be square root of 9.3. BF will be the square root of 9.3. Therefore, BF is square root of 9.3. This is how you draw. First, draw a line. Mark, take OB 9.3 centimeter. Then extend C to the 1 unit. From B to C, you draw 1 unit. From O and C, cut an arc. Take the midpoint as D. From the midpoint D, you will draw a semicircle. After drawing the semicircle from D, you draw an perpendicular. By cutting an arc, draw a perpendicular. Okay, after drawing with the help of compass, you draw, or with the help of scale, protractor, you take 90 degree. That's it. Take 90 degree and cut the, draw the perpendicular. After drawing a perpendicular, take an arc of B and E, draw the arc here. Where it touches the line, number line, you call it as F. And this BF is nothing but the square root of 9.3. This is how we represent square root of 9.3 on a number line. Now we'll solve the next question. Rationalize the denominators of the following. So you have to rationalize and solve. So what is the rationalizing factor of the root 7? Whatever the denominator is there, that you will multiply to the numerator and denominator when it is a single term in the denominator part. So how you rationalize here? 1 by root 7 you write as it is, into what is the denominator here? Root 7. So rationalizing factor will also be root 7 here. The rationalizing factor of root 7 is root 7, because root 7 into root 7 will be square root of 49. Square root of 49 you will get it as 7. So 1 into root 7 is root 7. See here, square root of 7 into square root of 7. We will write it as 7 square. Right? Square and square root get cancelled. Remains so much here. Square root of 7 by 7. This is how you rationalize the denominator and simplify. So rationalizing factor of root 7 will be 7 by 7. If it is root 5, then root 5 by root 5. Okay, if you want, there is one more example you take. If it is given as 1 by root 5, then what is the rationalizing factor here? So 1 by root 5 into root 5 by root 5 you will take. So on simplification, how much you will get? Root 5 and root 5 by whole square. Square and square root get cancelled. Root 5 by 5. This is how you take the rationalizing factor. If it is root 3, you will take root 3 by root 3. If it is root 11, root 11 by root 11. Like that you have to take the rationalizing factor and simplify. We will solve the next here. Here what will be the rationalizing factor? Here there was only one term in the denominator part, that is root 5. Here there are two terms, root 7 minus root 6. So the rationalizing factor will be the, if it is given minus here, the rationalizing factor will become plus. If it is given plus, the rationalizing factor will be minus. For example, if you take 1 by root 7 minus root 6, so the rationalizing factor will be root 7 plus root 6. Both you will multiply to the numerator and denominator. That is opposite of this number you will write in the numerator and denominator part. That is nothing but the rationalizing factor. 1 into root 7 plus root 6 will remain as 1 into root 7 and 1 into root 6. See here, it is in the form a minus b, a plus b. It is the denominator in the form a minus b and a plus b. A minus b and a plus b, which will become a square minus b square. That means that will become 7 square minus square root of 6 square. So root 7 plus root 6 by square and square root, both the sides get cancelled, remains 7 minus 6. So that will be root 7 plus root 6 divided by 1. This is how you rationalize the denominator and simplify. Now, note on the homework, rationalize the denominator of the following: 1 by root 5 plus root 2, 1 by root 7 minus 2. And here there is given as a simplify, root 5 plus root 2 whole square, which is in the form a plus b whole square. So take the identity and solve it. And second one is root 5 minus root 2, root 5 plus root 2, which is a minus b into a plus b. You will get it as a square minus b square. Use that identity and solve this. Hope you enjoyed this session. See you in the next session. Thank you.